Good morning, it's Gary at Soccer Pro, and this video I'm putting together for all the coaches out there that want to try and sell a product, or if you're just trying to do a better job of automating your registration sales funnel. So the first thing I need to answer, and this is where a lot of people get confused, is what exactly is a sales funnel? Because there's a lot of systems out there that you hear about, these magical one-page sales funnels, this funnel, that funnel. And it can be a little overwhelming. It's a little mystical in some cases, and they try to make it seem like it's some sort of magical thing because then they can sell you a product. Well, it's not that hard. And there's one important thing that you need to do if you want to automate your sales process. If you want to create a sales funnel, there's one thing you need to do. And that one thing is very simple. You need to start. And people say, well, geez, I don't know how to start. I mean, these systems are so complex. I've never used a CRM before. I don't know how I can automate my digital downloads. I don't know how to automate my registration process. I don't know how I can do all these things. So let me show you how you can start, because that's the number one thing, and why it's so easy to get going and then create a very simple sales funnel that's very effective. All we're going to do is we're going to open up the Business Center. And we're going to come down into the CRM. And remember, CRM is a customer relationship manager. That's all it is. It's just an acronym for customer relationship manager. And there's all types of these. You know, there's the very large companies that you've heard of, like Microsoft and Salesforce. They all have big, giant CRMs. And then for us, we have a different take on a CRM, because if you think about the needs of a very large company, usually these large companies have a whole team of people, and what they're doing is taking all their sales data and dumping it into the CRM. It's what I call feeding the monster. They're feeding this data monster that can then take the numbers, crunch them up, and put it into a fancy looking dashboard so some executive can analyze the numbers and run the business. I mean, that's a fair use of a CRM. Unfortunately, a lot of times those aren't very good for the people feeding the monster, because they are data givers and they're not really benefit takers as much. So in this case, what we've done in the Soccer Pro CRM is we're looking more at a small business type of scenario, more of the soccer coach, the soccer club. And we don't want to have a whole team of people dumping data in, because the reality is you don't have a whole team of people to dump data in. You don't need a dashboard to execute your business. What you need are more hands. You need more time in the day. You need more hours. Basically, the CRM needs to act like you, but do it without you. So that's what our whole focus is. How do we take the things you're already doing and do them for you, so you don't have to do them, and you can go off and do things that you want to do, like coach or create content, or, well, go to the bank with your money, I suppose. So there's two things that you have to have, and I've already pre-done these because they're so simple. You do these once, you create a profile, okay? Your profile is who are you, all right? And you can use 1, 5, 10, 100 different profiles. So every person in your business can have their own profile, and I'll show you why that matters in a minute. And you can have multiple profiles, it doesn't matter. So if you are running two businesses, if you have, let's say, a club and you want to represent one face to the world, you can do that with one profile. If you're selling an ebook, you can represent yourself in a different way. So maybe you want to represent yourself based on the ebook brand versus yourself as the author. It doesn't really matter. You have unlimited flexibility. But in this case, I said we're just going to get started, so we're going to keep it as simple as possible, which means I'm just going to put my profile in. My profile, again, is nothing more than me. Who am I? What's my name? What's my email address? What do I want the system to provide as a reply to? What's my signature? Because we automate this, so you don't have to put in your email signature every time. And then, of course, your CAN-SPAM compliant information. That's it. You just fill this in, you save it, you have your profile forever. Content, no matter what you're doing in a CRM or any sort of business communication, you have to have content. I mean, if you're going to write an email, you have to write it at some point. It doesn't write itself. So we put it all into a library. So you write it, you store it. You can create as many categories as you want. So you can have, let's say, we'll call this our e-book. You can tell I look down at my keyboard when I type. All right, so I can save this category and then I can add content to it. In this case, I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it as a separate category. So again, these are just for organizational purposes. Just create as many categories as you want, just as you create folders on your computer. All right, so let's get to it though. Let's get to creating an actual automated sales funnel. And I want to show you how easy this is. You have to have a profile, you have to have some content, and then you just come into funnel automation. Again, you can create as many of these as you want, and we're just going to add a funnel. And we'll call this soccer ebook. I can put a value on it, I can put a description on it, and a value is really more like a lifetime value, because you can sell a product for 20 bucks, and that's easy. You don't have to put a value on it. But sometimes you have a lifetime value of a customer because you're going to sell them the ebook, you're going to upsell them something else, you're going to take them through this entire process. So you can put a lifetime value of this expected sales funnel. Again, it's all optional, you don't have to do it. For simplicity's sake, we're just trying to sell an ebook today or automate our registration process. So that's all we're going to do. We'll just leave that blank. Okay, and now I'm simply going to come in here, I'm going to take this funnel and I'm going to build it out. So think about the first thing that happens after you sell a product. Well, you're going to send a thank you email, aren't you? So we're just going to come in here at our start point. We're going to send a thank you email, and I'm going to use my profile from Gary Demo, and I'm going to put in my email, demo email 1. And I'm going to put a delay on it of, well, 0 days. So 0 days, 0 hours, 0 minutes. As soon as someone buys this product, they're going to get this email. That's it. You just created your sales funnel. So all that complexity that people like to present, all that magic and wizardry, it comes down to nothing more than A, get started, B, look at what you're already doing today manually and replace that stuff with a CRM automation package, okay? And you're not going to be able to replace yourself 100%, but look at the things you do over and over again and automate them. It's that simple. Now, again, what do we do next? Well, we're going to send a thank you email, but we don't want to end there because we don't want our relationship with this customer to end. We want to continue on and make sure that they're happy with the product, right? So we want to send them a follow-up email that says, hey, did you notice this great feature or this great feature or this great feature? And make sure that they get into the product, use the product, love the product, recommend the product, all those other things. So we're just going to come in, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to send them our second email. So again, I'm going to choose my profile, my second piece of content. In this case, I don't want them to get 2 emails in a row, so I'm simply going to put a 1-day delay on it. And that's it. Now, I can stop here. This is all I have to do. I've just created a sales funnel in my CRM. I've created sales automation, and I've eliminated 2 things that I automatically will do or used to do manually on my own. I can build this out piece by piece over time. Just because I save this and I'm done with it doesn't mean I need to stop. Because now later on, I'm going to discover something. I'm going to find out that maybe when they are using my ebook, they don't know how to open up a PDF. So I'm going to send them an email that says, hey, if you don't know how to open up a PDF, here's a great tool you can get online for free. Boom. Now you add that email in here, and your customer is now using your product in a more effective way. Of course, later, at some point, you're going to say, hey, if you enjoyed my ebook, I think you're really going to love this coaching course I put out where I take you through a 3-step module and I teach you all the things you need to know to get your A license or B license or C license or whatever the case might be. So this is how you start to build a sales funnel, and then you just build it out from there. That's the most important thing though. You have to start, you have to get one thing done, you have to get the automation into play, and then you just start building it out. I can tell you with 100% certainty that when we started our Soccer Pro sales funnel, we didn't start with 50, 60, 80 emails in the sequence, but we have that now, okay? Because we added them one at a time. Boom, 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 boom. Just an incremental, progressive thing that you just do all the time. You build it out, and over time, you get this very impressive sales funnel. So again, If you are doing ebook sales, e-commerce sales, or you just want to automate your registration process, think about all the things you do after a person registers. What do you do with them? Do you send them waivers? Do you send them information about buying their kits? Do you send them information about when practice starts, what fields to use, what to expect? Are you telling them what to bring on the first day of practice? All these things improve the user experience for the people giving you money. So try to make their life as easy as possible without creating a lot of complexity for yourself, which is why you want to automate these things inside of a CRM. All right, it's Gary with Soccer Pro, helping you sell more, save time, save money, win more games. Bye now.